In this tutorial, we'll be covering how to either change or cancel a combined section. First, we'll navigate to the request page by going to Main Menu, Curriculum Management, Pick Curriculum Management, Class Section Update, and Class Section Update Request. First, we'll look at a change. We can search for this particular class, and search. The way to tell if this is a combined section is in the meeting pattern. Here there is a combined section link. If you click on this, it will display the combined section detail and give you information such as the class number and section number of both combined sections. If this is the correct class that you are trying to change, you can return and continue making changes normally. One thing to note is that if you try to change the session of a combined class, you will get an error. I'll give an example. Because of the way combined sections are set up in PeopleSoft, they have to be uncombined and then recombined as their new session. So this will all be done by the registrar's office. So if you do need to change the session, you'll need to put it in the notes and have the registrar's office take care of this on our end. So I'll change this back to the appropriate session. And I can change this. Maybe I just want to change the room. So I'll change this room to 24 4A. And you can see the capacity changed a bit. And perhaps I want to change this to a lower capacity, but the other section to a higher capacity. In order to do this, I could add a note saying that I would like to change FMST section to 19 for enrollment. Again, you can see what the enrollment is. So we can see the enrollment total, and then you can extrapolate from what your particular enrollment is, what the combined enrollment is for the FMST class. If all of these changes have been made, then you can submit your request. Once you submit your request, you'll be given the request number. This can be a helpful tool to keep track of your different requests. To monitor your request after submission, you can use the approval page, which will be shown before your section is approved, and the history page, where it will be shown after it is approved. Once submitted, the workflow will automatically put in motion. The administrators for the combined sections, which can be seen in the combined section information page, will be notified and required to approve your change before it comes to the registrar's office for approval. The process for canceling a combined section is very similar to changing a combined section. First, you'll search for the class you would like to cancel. You can hit search. And like the change form, you will see a combined section link in the meeting pattern tab. Here you can confirm that this is the correct combined section and return. And then all you will need to do is either add an explanation or simply just submit your request. Be aware that the rules about canceling a class still apply for combined sections, and if there are students enrolled in either section, you can see here if any students are enrolled in this enrollment total for each class, then you will have an error if you try to submit. But if there are no students enrolled, you can submit your request and you will see the same successfully submitted class section update request message. One recommendation is to clarify whether or not you will be canceling both sections of a combined section or just one section of a combined section. This can be noted in the notes for instructions and explanations. Once you submit, you will be notified of the request number, and you can go to your approval page to monitor the progress of your request. In order to get to your approval page, you can go to the class section update folder and select approval. Here you can either search just using a blank, which will bring up all of your pending approvals, or you can use an advanced search if you would like more search criteria. Here we can select the one that we were just working on. Then if you scroll to the bottom of the page, you can see that there is pending approval from another department, and then it will eventually be routed to the registrar's office for final approval. Since you are the originator of this request, you can see that you do not have access to approve or deny. You can then return to search and look at all of the other pending requests that are currently active.